Hello. I wanted to do a follow-up video on the countdown to the divorce, and I thought I would do better with this, that I could somehow just keep posting videos and making it through, and obviously I wasn't very good at that. I'm already divorced, and each day's been a struggle. Um, I'll go back and tell a little bit about how we ended up signing the papers because that's absolutely something that I didn't want to do. I wanted more time, and we ended up trying on a Monday. We were supposed to meet with an insurance agent and then go find a notary and do that, and it didn't end up happening. The insurance agent had something come up, and so then we tried on that Tuesday and we met with him, and I wanted to meet at a library. That way it would be less chance of me falling apart mentally. I wanted to be able to try to keep it together. And we had went to 3 different notaries, and we drove 3 different places separately in our own car. He wouldn't allow me to be in his car. Um, he wanted to keep his space for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we drove around to 3 different places and couldn't get it done. And I could see the anger and frustration in him. And so we tried again on Wednesday. And the weird thing about that one is we went to a bank and we were going to have the notary there do it. And going back in time, we got married on Valentine's Day because he played music and played in a band and couldn't take a weekend off to be able to get married. And so we did it. It was going to be Valentine's Day. And my grandmother, Lois Long, passed away a few weeks before we got married. So I was in a state of shock anyway, because she was my go-to person. She was my rock that got me through everything. And when we went in the bank to sign the papers, I was having such a very hard time. I just wanted to push a panic button to try to stop everything from happening. And I wanted to be able to just see if there was just something that could happen that would stop this process from going through. I would have been willing to do anything, counseling, again, no matter what. I wanted things to sort things out, but I could tell by his face that isn't what he wanted. That he had almost anger. He just wanted it done. I know him well enough to know when he's not willing to try anything. And we were at that point, and there was 2 ladies waiting in the bank, in chairs, waiting for a bus to pull up. And the bus lady pulled up, and the bank announced that Lois had pulled up. And I said her name, and I looked at him, and he knew what I was thinking. Lois had showed up, and they said it again. I guess it was in that minute that I knew that it was time to grant him his wish and sign the papers and just be done with it. It was so painful that I kept thinking at that point I would do anything to stop the pain and just put a stop. I was tired of fighting for a love that I knew wasn't there for him. I don't know that it's ever been. I guess I thought for a while that, to me, and I think it's with everybody, that love means different things to different people. And to me, love is giving a baby a bath or nursing a wound on each other. I'd mentioned before we had a lot of surgeries, and we had taken care of each other through a lot of different hard times in life. And no matter what, I supported him through everything that he had went through, musically, playing Um, things that went wrong in our marriage that was my fault, and things that weren't, I supported. Um, I always thought maybe if I could work harder, that I could eventually make him happy and be what he wanted, even though I could always tell that I disappointed him always, 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 always. Uh, anyway, I agreed to sign the papers, and he was anxious, which came off as rushed. I don't know. Um, I'm trying really hard not to speak for him or about him. And I don't know where these videos are going to go, and maybe I'll get to the point with that someday, but I just know I'm not ready to right now. Um, I signed the papers, and it was the hardest thing in the world I think I've ever done. Signing my name, um, put an end to another failed marriage. It just felt like I was signing something that I just wasn't ready. I don't know that I ever would have been ready. But the woman felt really bad. She could see the pain. I apologized to her, and she told me I didn't have to apologize, that that was part of her job that she hated the most, was being the notary to sign these papers that her and the other lady in the bank, that was the worst part of their job, that they hated that part of it. And I can understand that. I can imagine that you see a lot of sad situations when you're a notary. I felt compelled to give her a hug afterwards, and I did. And I'm not a huggy person, but she squeezed tight. So did I. Uh, the irony of it was her last name was Long, and that was my grandmother's. Lois pulled up in a bus, and they announced that she was there. And the last lady that notarized our divorce, her name was Long. So there I had it. Lois Long showed up on that day. And I think she showed up I think God sends his angels out. And I think no one can convince me otherwise that she wasn't with me that day. That my rock, my angel, that she was there. That Lois Long made it there, and two different women, to be able to let her name be there. And so I signed, and I'm divorced. He hurried up and took the papers to the courthouse, and that way he could get them submitted. And I got my divorce papers back in the mail that Saturday. And I had went out of town that weekend, and it was a painful weekend. It's just been a real struggle. And to see that it came so quickly in the mail, I don't know. I think divorce laws should be harder. I think that if you take the time to say I do to somebody, that there should be something that you know, whether you have to take a class like sobriety or what have you. I think that it shouldn't be as easy to get out of a marriage. I think it should be, if people knew it was harder to get out of, then maybe they would take it more seriously. And right now I gotta continue to focus on me, and that's what I've done with these last 30 days was I focused on everything from just waking up every single day and moving forward. And I feel numb some days, but I look for the blessings in everything. And I've continued to lean on God and let that guidance be the thing. I've friends are very important during a phase like this. I think that you have to have someone stronger than you to help you get through, and then you got to turn around and be there for them when they're going through their rough times. I don't know where my future is going with this, and I'd like to say I'll continue to post videos. I'm gonna see where this goes. I want to find reasons to be happy again. I want to this point, I can't see myself with anyone. Um, Not that I've given up on love. It's that it's going to be hard to put yourself back out there. I want to believe. Um, I know they say everything happens for a reason, and there's a reason for this. And I've been through a lot of difficult issues in life, 13 surgeries and cancer, and relearning to walk over twice. I had to relearn to walk. Everything we go through in life, there's a challenge and a struggle with everything, and you have to try to look for the silver lining and what's good about it, and what did we learn from it, and what do we want different. And I'm still in survival mode. I'm still in, I don't know what my future holds. So I do what's best for me, which is I go to sleep at night early. I'm in bed every night by 11. I get up, drink coffee, wash my face, and start my day. And I try to limit myself to only positive, humorous things right this minute, because I can't deal with depressive stuff right this minute. Depression's something that's hard to snap out of, and it takes a lot of work. And I'm writing down things, I'm journaling, and doing this, I'm video journaling. So I think that's all I have for right now. Hopefully I'll do another video and see where my progress is after that.